Good morning. 5 a.m. live. I guess we're doing this, right? Let me get acquainted to doing this again on this channel here and there. So hopefully everyone is doing well this morning. This is live. This is not pre-recorded. I was up. This is not a regular coffee and comics video. This is not considered 101. This is just me being up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or actually waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and figuring, hey, what the hell? Might as well do the 5 a.m. show live and talk to everyone on Monday morning, the day before Election Day. A lot of stuff going on. So figured might as well just jump on here and enjoy the time with the people who decide to get up this early and talk about some comics. We're going to go over some of my pickups from this previous week, some reviews. I read a nice handful of them. Some other things, some of the books coming out this week that we should be looking forward to. We're going to do a CBCS follow-up as far as because that video came out on Friday. A lot of people really enjoyed that. And then Knock 'em Dead #1. I want to talk about that a little bit because that's the very first official Comics with Bueller exclusive variant cover. That's the first official one. So there you go. It's coming out in December. I've already sold a handful of copies. Got a handful left. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let me get used to trying to do the chat here. So let me jump in here. Say hello to everyone. David, good morning. Mick A, good morning. Appreciate you stopping by here. Usage, good morning. You probably got that wrong. Always do. Chris is really disappointed because he was really looking forward to seeing Bob. Bob's not here. He's at his house. Probably still, and actually he's probably working. I don't know. He works pretty early because of the East Coast and stuff like that. So, like I said, just me. It's live. I'm here live. I'm saying hello to everybody. This is the first time live on this channel for like 4 months. It has been a while. So, kind of cool. Scott, hello. Scott Thielen, how you doing? Hey, Comics with Bueller, nice joining. Shane just says, can't believe I'm actually awake for to watch this. I agree. Let's see. Sean, hello, good morning. Drinking my Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice. I have just my Keurig. I got a brand new Keurig machine. Thanks to my mom, she picked one up at Costco for me. And today I'm drinking, I think it's called Jamaica Me Crazy. And that's the K-Cup pods I got. That's kind of weak. I need to get some new. There is a difference in the pods that you get, and these ones are kind of weak. So, of course, we got the Thunderdome member, Two Brothers Comics. They will be in the Thunderdome tomorrow. Thunderdome makes a return tomorrow, so it should be fun. I already got their pick. Nova69, how you doing, my friend? Good morning. Scott's got the gas station coffee with French vanilla. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's some good gas station. My gas station down the street where I get my gas, I always get coffee from them. It's pretty good. Herminio, hello. Appreciate you coming by, my friend. Good morning. Luis, hello. How are you? The Immortal Biggie Shack doing the push to 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't checked out the Mortal Biggie Shack, go to his channel. I think he's like 100 and some odd away. Very close to that 1,000 mark. Horror Man 36 Alex Ross covers look great. Yep, those are all of them. I got every one of them, all 32 for now until he does more, which I'm hoping he does. Let's just be honest. They're wonderful looking covers. I'd like to see him finish out the 3 remaining characters in the mural, Vision, Punisher, Hawkeye, and then do some villains as well. Villains, a lot of people asked about the villains. That would be awesome to get those. So you never know. Let's see. Six Face Comics. What? We'll do it. Yeah, it's live. Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna go ahead and do it live. We didn't record a coffee video this week. We got took the weekend off. We had really grinding to get those done and everything. The last two, the push to 100. So I'm like, let's take a week off. I need a little breather, and I actually haven't had to make a video since like last Tuesday. That was the last time I actually made a video because the CBCS one was pre-recorded, and I recorded that like a week and a half ago, and then I just had to edit it. So, yeah, nice little breather. So every now and then you need to take a little breather. So I'll be back at it today making videos. That's right. We are live. We are live and kicking. And man, it's fun talking to people in the chat here. So if you guys don't mind, I mean, come on, let's just have a little bit of fun. Let's just kind of talk in the chat and see if I can say hello to everybody. Let's see. I got. I don't think I got them. Let's see. Jazz's best. Hello. Appreciate you stopping in there. Cherokee Metal. What's going on, my friend? How are you? He's picking up one of those comics with Bueller exclusive variants. Knock 'em dead. So I appreciate that. Fumador 74. Good morning. After Forever 88. Hello. How are you? Appreciate it. Here's Jay. Just Jay. Bueller, morning, brother. Awesome. This is cool, man. Andrew, what's up, Andrew? Appreciate you stopping in here. Louis 13, hello. Is that 13th? Louis 13th. There you go. How you doing? Tony, what's going on, Tony? Appreciate you stopping in here. Hope I'm well beside the lack of sleep. Yeah, I sleep whenever I want to. Hydra Collectibles. We need to get something working out there. We're supposed to be doing some stuff together. I've been slacking on getting back to him. My bad. Hi, Alea. How you doing, my friend? Coming to see you in December. Coming to Florida. Looking forward to it. Going to be staying with Steve for a couple days and staying with my buddy Tony for a few days as well. So should be down there 10th through the 17th. If all goes as planned. Bye, Jay Kumar. Hello, how are you? Stay Sean. That's awesome. That's a Robbie thing right there. You're drinking chai tea. You know what? There's nothing wrong with chai tea. I like chai tea. Richard, what's going on, man? Have an awesome morning. Appreciate that, Richard. Nick, hello. How are you? Hey, guys. Appreciate that. The back wall of Ross cover. Look. Yep. Thank you very much. Made that so it looked really cool. Have my spinner rack in there as well. Nice little backdrop there. Blair, let's see. Do you use cream in your coffee? What kind of soap? Yeah, every now and then. It's just generic store brand from Kroger. But yeah, I don't. Either way, cream or black, it doesn't matter. He's getting there. There you go. There's his link. Immortal Biggie Shack getting there to that 1,000 mark. Bobby De La Ghetto. Is that right? I don't know. Good morning. I'm trying to get caught up here. I might just be saying hello, everyone, for the first 20 minutes. Not going to be very good on the rewind, but whatever, right? Peter, what's going on, Peter? Appreciate you stopping in here. Let's see. Malcolm, hello. Appreciate you coming in. Alex Rock exclusive Marvel. Yep. He is exclusive to Marvel, I believe, right now. I could be wrong, but it seems like he's only been doing Marvel stuff for the last few years. He does the Immortal Hulk, Captain America, Marvel X, or Marvels, and Iron Man covers right now. Let's see. Hello from the UK. Awesome. Hopefully you're doing well. Two Gun Pedro in the house. Hello. Pew pew. Ken says, love the Roswell. Thank you very much. John, good morning. Tony says, I want a Bueller box. Yeah, I'd like to be able to make one, to be honest. Just don't have don't have any books to make it. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Spawn Freak, good morning. Am I getting caught up at all? The Collector, good morning. Let's see. Win, good morning. Everyone loves the Alex Roswell. Hey, man, go get them. They're awesome books. Cover price. Don't pay more than cover price for those. Trust me. Chris, I say hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. I said hello to Scott. Any auctions planned? Nope, not really, to be totally honest. Although I should speak on that a little bit. Scott, I'll get into that when we get to the CBCS wrap up or follow up. Alexandria, hello. How are you? Did you get Spawn 311? Yes, I did. I'm actually going to show them to you here in a minute. Let's see. Marcos, hello. Good morning. Rob, good morning. Get high to wall would be much better with some Mocha. I only have like 2, I think, so it wouldn't be much of a wall. Okay. All right, look at that. I got all caught up, at least for now. So let's go ahead and go over some of the books I picked up this week, and I'll go ahead and do some quick reviews on them. So the first one I picked up and read was the Batman 3 Jokers. This is part 3. I actually read this last night. It didn't work for me. The ending, I was a little disappointed. The one thing about the Batman and Joker relationship, it's just like, oh, don't kill him or whatnot, and it's just like, you don't want him to kill him, but after a while, it gets a little tiring, and I don't know. It just the ending for this, where it came down to where there was one Joker left standing, because the I think it's the comedian Joker which is left, and he killed the other Joker, and so it's just him. So, and then you're back to the same relationship that the Joker and Batman have always had. It did have a nice reveal at the end as far as a little bit of history of the Joker or the comedian version. So I did enjoy that. But I thought this could have been better. This is a book that was literally 5 years in the making. And I don't know, it just kind of fell flat. Number 1 and number 2 were pretty good. This was okay, but I was hoping it would have been a little bit better. But I love the series. I love the covers. The artwork is amazing in these. This is the one I went with because it was a throwback to the Batman Killing Joke cover with the camera and everything. So I wanted to get that one. But was a little disappointed. But still, it was okay, but not the best. I was expecting a little bit more. Anyway, Batman 3 Jokers came out. This is done. This is a series I've really been enjoying. This is a Big Girls number 3. Just read this one. This is a fun book. This is a quick read. This is like a 5-minute read. And basically the premise of this is there's some men, as they get older, they turn into these huge monsters like kaiju or whatnot. And then women, if they get older, they might turn into big giants, but they don't turn into monsters. So they're fine, and then they battle the men who are monsters. Well, apparently the monsters, some of them can communicate. And then this one, actually, one starts to communicate with one of the larger females, which is great because, I mean, the larger people should come together. Trust me, I know. But so maybe the monsters aren't all bad. So that's kind of the reveal in this book. Like I said, it's a quick read. It's a lot of fun. It's an ongoing series. Big Girls 3. If you're not on this one yet, I'd pick it up. I thought it was very enjoyable. Let me check the chat here real quick again. Let's see. Man, Bear Pig says, hey, Bueller, love the videos. Thank you very much. Let's see. Miguel Poole, is that right? Good morning. Good morning. Looks like I'm getting caught up. Get Hyped. I think I said hello to Get Hyped. Yeah, the Momoko covers. Yep. Let's see. Griffin, hello. How are you? 3 Jokers. Wonderful. I enjoyed it in general. The whole series in general I thought was good. I thought the weakest book was the third one out of the 3. I thought they could have done a little bit more, but I'm glad I got it. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I picked it up, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. Let's see. You're stretching the Joker way too thin. We need a new villain. He's taking a break now. He's on a break from the Batman and this one now, so they're going a different way. Phil, hello. How are you? Mick K, hello. Midnight here in Sydney. Oh man, see, it's weird how that works. Rock and Robbie said the same thing about Joker 3. Yeah, I would agree. And maybe I saw his review, and maybe that kind of skewed my look at it. But I was really looking forward to reading it. So anyway. I think the wait hurt for Joker. Yeah, I think obviously it did. That long a time, that's too long. You look freaking old. Must be from the golden age of comics. Yeah, I'm 45, I guess. I don't know. I guess if I look older, that's fine. I don't care. What the hell do I care? Let's see. Good morning, comic people. Rajahama Comics. Hello. Did I get that right? Maybe. Simon R. Good morning. This is cool being able to say hello to everyone. Hi, Phil. Griffin, hello. How are you? We got 106 people in here already. Pophead, 1050. Hello. Let's see. Just trying to get hello to everybody. Gerald, hello. Dirt Rich, hello. Derek, good morning. Good morning. Gray Guzman, hello. Let's see. The way that Joker reveals his motive was kind of sick, but yeah, I agree. I thought it was kind of lackluster. I thought just the whole motive I thought was lackluster. Okay, so let's go ahead. Yeah, live. Look at that, Mr. DC. Kind of cool, right? Okay, let's go on to my next book. I got Giga, #1, brand new Vault book. I didn't like it. It didn't do anything for me at all. I read it. Here's the thing about why I didn't enjoy it. I didn't find any of the characters likable in the story. There's a lot of cussing. There's a lot of rude comments and stuff like that, and it kind of took me out of the story. And I didn't, like I said, there wasn't any character in here that I enjoyed or really cared about what happened by the end of the book. So that kind of took me out. I thought the artwork was okay. I thought the coloring was probably better than the artwork, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I was a little, like I said, disappointed. I know Robbie really liked this book. Just didn't do it for me. He took me out of the story right away with the kind of the comments and the way that the people were talking and stuff. And I'll give it one more issue, #2. If it's still the same thing, I'm just going to pass on it. But I'm glad I picked up the first one because I always like to pick up the #1s just to give them a shot. So Giga, a little disappointed. Kind of a cool name though, Giga. There you go. That one right there. What are you going to do? Not everyone is a winner in my book, but I know a few people did enjoy it, so I'd give it a shot. But if you're turned off by a bunch of F-bombs and other stuff, right off the bat, then it's kind of like, and here's the thing, they're in there and they're not necessary. There's one thing with certain conversations, it goes hand in hand, but the language and stuff that's in here, it seems like out of place, to be honest. So that's what kind of threw me off. Giga goes into Bueller box. You might be right. Thanks for all the videos. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Giga will not be getting any more. Yeah, our gigs. There you go. Ken. Yeah. It is what it is. Robbie also thinks Gotham High is a classic. I agree with Robbie on most stuff, but not everything. Obviously, he was a big fan of the Giga one. I'm going to pass. Here's one we did agree on. This is very easy. Department of Truth #2 came out. Man, I am loving this book. I got to tell you, this one is really dark. This one has the let's eat the baby type thing. And as much as that disturbs me, just the simple fact of thinking about something like that, I guess they handled it the only way you could handle it. I guess if that makes any sense. But, it's dark. It's conspiracy laced. And the premise of the book, just the premise in general is conspiracy theories. Do they exist? If enough people believe in these conspiracy theories, doesn't make them real. They didn't really touch on that topic that much in this one as they did in the first one. But they kind of spent some more time introducing you to the main character and his backstory, and then introducing you to other characters who are involved. This is, like I said, I think it's I kind of look at it as a Men in Black Twilight Zone version, really dark Men in Black type thing. And anyway, really enjoyed this book. This is easily one of my favorites. I said this on the review show that we did on Here on the Kid. I'm pretty sure that James Tynion, who does this one and also Something Is Killing the Children, does not like children, because this one they're eating babies, and Something Is Killing the Children. It's in the title, right? So I don't think he likes kids for some reason. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyway, great book. Really glad I added this to my pull list. Awesome. Speaking of, let's go there. So this one, sorry, I got a cough drop. This one came out, I think this was this week. I can't remember. My weeks are mixed up. But I read this one, and it's kind of it's a soft one. There's not a tremendous amount of stuff going on. It's kind of a breather between the next issue. Did anybody read this one? Anybody feel the same way about issue 11? It was kind of the calm before the storm. I kind of get the feeling that they are building up to something in the next couple issues, number 12 and 13, that are going to be big and like a battle or something like that. You get introduced to more people from her little or her past former little group or whatever they're called. But really, it was kind of lackluster. There's a little bit of action in the very beginning. But really after that's mainly just plot and storyline development for the next issue. I enjoyed it, but not one of the better ones as compared to the issue 10 I thought was really good. It's still a good issue, but just kind of a lower pace. I mean, does anyone agree with me on that one? Let me go up here real quick. Let's see. I'm going up here. Let's see if I can find where I left off. And so I don't miss anyone. Tastes like the children. Look at those Albatross beauties. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Let's say I enjoyed Giga. Didn't mind the language, but it didn't feel that it was original. Oh, yep. Look at those Alex Ross goodness. Got that one. Tinian is killing his books right now. Yeah, I'm on board for pretty much all his books except for Wind. But from what I understand, the first one I didn't like, so I didn't go past the first issue. So I haven't gotten any more. But everyone has said it's gotten quite a bit better since the first issue. So maybe it's something I pick up and trade down the line. Let's see. So, Bueller looking jacked, yo, hitting the no. Hell no. I don't lift. I do get ups. I call them get ups. They're not sit ups or nothing or push ups. I call it get ups. It's called I get up from the couch. I do at least about 20 of those a day. So if I can do 20 to 25 get ups a day, I'm doing all right. Let's see. Love in Department of Truth. Yep. Let's see. The baby eating 125 variant was very tempting for Department of Truth. I honestly love the story so far. Yeah, I nicknamed that one "Don't Eat the Baby" variant. I don't know if I'd want to buy that one, to be told now. I don't know if I could be comfortable having that in my collection. But it's interesting. It's not like the type of comic book where somebody would come over to my house and that was sitting at my coffee table. That's not exactly something I'd want them to see. Whatever, right? Let's see. Scrolling down here. I am Will. What's going on, my friend? Flash fan, good morning. Collecting Chaos, who I knew not working would have perks. I get to watch this live for change. Awesome, man. Live, and I'm live. We're doing it live. Just me. Just me here today. 135 people watching. Jesus. Let's see here. Just scrolling down here, trying to get caught up. I'm probably going to miss some people. I apologize ahead of time if I do. But Stu Cat, what's going on, my friend? What's this? Brittany Spears? Hello, how are you? Comics of Bueller is a true comic fan. I like your channel because you really know comics. You're a true comic book nerd. True fan. You got wedgies middle school and like a true comic book nerd. I'll tell you this, man. I didn't get many wedgies. I was a pretty big dude. That's one thing I gotta say. I mean, yeah, maybe I was picked on a little bit in grade school, but by the time I hit junior high, I was 6'4", about 200 pounds. And the whole make fun of the kid who likes comics thing kind of went out the window at that point. So I was doing just fine. Let's see. Anyone else contemplating on dropping X books? I've decided that I'm not a Hickman fan. I just buy the X-Men. That's the only one I get. I'm sorry. X-Men and Wolverine are the only two I get. And I honestly feel as though I buy those kind of just of my loyalty to X-Men, to be honest. I'm not really reading them, but just the X-Men fan, so that's why I get them. Let's see. Okay, let's go on to the next book right here. And this one was a couple weeks back. I just want to hit this real quick. Scumbag, really enjoyed it. If you're not reading this one, the next one will be out in a couple weeks. A lot of fun. I talked about language earlier in the Giga book. This one has a lot of language in it, but here's the thing. I said it really didn't fit in the Giga book. It fits in here in the premise. It's called Scumbag or whatnot. So like I said, sometimes they go together. This is a perfect example of that type of atmosphere kind of working hand in hand. This wouldn't fit if the guy was like, oh, shucks, darn. It's not the conversation he's going to have. So the language fits in this book. Love the premise of this. The artwork is absolutely fantastic. Even though this came out a couple weeks ago, just wanted to show it again, the Scumbag. And that's the A cover, and I enjoy the A cover the best. You don't like Hickman's run. I think he saved the franchise. I like the House of X and the Power of X or 6 or 10 or whatever it was. I enjoyed that. I was just kind of overwhelmed with all the X-Men books. I started reading the first couple when they came out, and then all of a sudden when all the Fallen Angels and all the other stuff came out, I was like, man, there's so much to kind of keep track on. And I tend to struggle with stuff because I'm trying to read so much. And that's kind of the reason I fell off. So I'm still buying them. And actually, I'll just show you right here. Boom. I'm still on my list. X-Men. This is number, whatever number this is. This is issue 16, I believe. So I'm still getting X-Men. Like I said, I'm a dedicated fan of X-Men. I want to have them in my collection because eventually I am going to sit down and spend some time with them, you know, as I get looking even older. Apparently I do right now. Let's see here. Blue Green, hello. How are you doing? Appreciate you stopping in here. I'll be keeping up with Scumbag. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. Let's see if I missed anyone. Ray, hello. Did I say hello? Yeah, I said hello, Ray. Do you think Scumbag can last? I feel like might get tired of it. No, I think it'll last. I think it's one of those titles. And here's the thing: Image gives their books a little time to grow. And they don't pull the trigger or pull the plug on the books, you know, very quickly. They let them go. So I think it'll just keep on going for quite a while, to be honest. Let's see here. Claremont equals the GOAT, the greatest of all time. One of my favorites, man. I can't argue that one bit. Any advice for trying to get some expensive keys in my collection? I mean, that's honestly, when it goes to getting expensive keys in your collection, if they're already priced, you're going to pay that money. That's just the way it is. If you get lucky and if you know your history and if you know your books and you just go to a place and you happen to notice that, hey, these are keys for a good price, then add them. But also ask yourself if it's a book you want in your collection. If you don't want it or wouldn't buy it, don't buy it just because it is a key. Buy it for one, you would want it, and have the second reason to buy it because it is a key. I always tell people that. Don't just buy it because it's a key. Ask yourself if you want the book, and if you do want it, and if the added bonus is it's a key, then buy the book. That's just my advice. That's kind of how I go, because I like to buy my books and read them first, and if they turn out to be a key later, then you know, more power to it. So, but you just have to know what you're looking for. You can always go the route of buying books to upgrade books, but I found that a lot of people, there's a lot more buyers than sellers, and a lot of people have intentions to buy them and then sell them down the road and to buy the books they want. Unfortunately, that tends to not be the case. They end up buying these books, and they buy more, and they buy more, and they buy more, and the intentions never pays out. They never get to the point where they want to sell them to make the profit, or they do get to the point where they sell them and then they end up dumping them for a fraction of the price. And unfortunately, that is the case. So unless you're buying books and selling them right away and have everything in ready to go on that end, then I would just stick to books that you enjoy. And if they're keys, that's just an added bonus. And I actually got an example of that here in a minute. Will you be jumping on? You know what? We're going to get to that because that's the new Wolverine, and I actually read it already. So I'll tell you about it here in a minute. So let's see. Win the lottery. There you go. that's a good one. Buy expensive books. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Happy retirement reading book. There you go, man. That's what I want to do. Let's see. Okay, let me move on here. I got some spawns. This is somebody asked me if I picked up a spawn. So 311 right there. Look at that. There's one of them. Very nice. This is a Todd McFarlane and Barber cover, I believe. I don't know. Not bad. So there's 311. And then I always pick up all the spawns just because they're $2.99, or most of them. So that's the Black Panther, the Chadwick Boseman tribute one. So I think that's pretty cool. So I got that one as well. Another one of books I get, Immortal Hulk. This is always on my pull list. This one has stayed on my pull list even through the times when this book kind of dipped because of the Alex Ross covers. I don't think this is one of his better covers. I think he does better when it's more of a close-up art of the characters, not in the distance. But still a nice looking cover. So this is number 39. Pick that one up as well. I think this came out the week before. I don't know why it's in this pile. Batman 101. The Flash, number 7 64. So this just switched over to a new writer on 763 and 764. This is my last Flash. I dropped it from my pull list. So I'm no longer getting Flash because they have the new writer, and I'm not a huge fan. I like Joshua Williamson. He was doing all the Flash up until 2 issues ago. He is now doing Justice League, and they have that new DC thing coming out next year to where for 2 months there's all new DC books and stuff, and these are the regular ongoing series are going to be dropped for a while. So I went ahead and dropped that one. So that's my last Flash. I'm probably not even going to read it. Here's another series I'm well behind, but I'm making sure to get them all because I want to read them down the road. This is Dark Knight's Death Metal Rise of the New God. So I picked that one up. It's supposed to be pretty good. There's that kind of looks like Cosmic Ghost Rider in there. That's kind of interesting. I've got all the death metals. I picked them all up. I've only read like the first couple, but I want to sit down and kind of binge read the whole series once I get everything going on. Apparently, I have to get the Justice League as well, which are, like I said, being written by Joshua Williamson right now, because those are direct tie-ins to all of the death metal, either the one-shots or the ongoing series or the 5 or 6 issue limited series. You also should be picking up the Justice League as well, because they have about a 6 or 7 issue story arc for the death metal going on. Now this is one of those ones that's like, here's a key I found. And I mean, you asked me how do I get expensive books in my collection. Most people who know me know I don't pay a lot. I won't pay more than cover price for books. I'm very stingy with my money. And this is also a book that is in my collection. I collect these, and I picked up a second copy of Thor number 5. So this is a key book. And I don't know what it sells for. I think Key Collector had it at $60. I don't know how on target that is, maybe 40 or 50. I don't know for sure. But this was sitting at my comic shop on the shelf on Wednesday, and they had it for, after 2 issues, they go down to half off. So this was $1.99. So if I see something like this, that I do collect, and I'm aware that this is a key because I collect this book, I'll buy it, as long as it's, cover price or less. And every now and then that stuff falls into your lap and you gotta buy it. So taking $2 and buying this book and knowing that it's worth 40 or 50 or whatever it is, if I decide to trade it to someone or sell it to someone, I can pay for my books next week. So that was the whole intention of buying this book, was to maybe sell it and then pay for my book, pay for my books next week. So there you go, man. Pretty excited. $2, half off cover price. Like I said, my LCS, they don't sell back issues. They just sell them till they're gone. They don't have like anything like there. They just, once 2 months old, everything's half off until they're gone, or they put them in the grab bags for $10 for $5 and get rid of them that way. So there you go. Thor number 5, something I picked up. Let me show these, because I got these sent to me by the Rogue Trader. My buddy Eric sent me these the other day. And speaking of Spawn, he asked me, he goes, "Hey, did you get the sketch variant?" I said, "No," and he sent me one. So there you go. Spawn 311 got me the sketch variant as well. That's kind of cool. Appreciate that. It's neat looking. I like that. I don't think I saw it at the shop, so I was like, I didn't pay much attention to it. And then he sent me some other, just I think random books. Batman Shadow of the Bat number 40. I don't know if these are anything special, but I like the cover. He sent me that one. This is kind of funny. He sent me Lady Death. I don't know what this one is, but this is like the second one of these I've gotten sent to me, and I only have like 2 or 3 different Lady Death books. And for some reason, this one seems to find its way to my place. So Lady Death's right there. Eric sent that to me. Thank you. This is my second copy of this. I don't know. Maybe he sent me the first one. I don't know. And then Detective Comics Year 1 Annual 1995 8. Kind of a neat little Riddler book. He sent me that one as well. So I appreciate that. I think mainly he just wanted to send me the Spawn 311 sketch because I didn't get it. So he just threw those in there. He's a good guy. So anyway, let me go up here and see what's going on. And if anyone have any questions, do me a favor. If you have a question for me, type it in all capitals with a question mark. That way I can see it, because there's 145 people in here right now. And this is the reason I stopped doing live streams on this channel, is because the chat would just get a little nuts for me. And it's 5:30 in the morning. Let's see here. Here's one right here. Let's see. Comics with Bueller keys means books you like, or a book for like a certain collection, or what, or ones that are considered very important to a franchise. As far as like the definition of keys, using the term keys, I found is very loose for some people. To me, a key would be a first appearance or something significant in the story. There's other things to it, but I think that's kind of the main thing when you think of keys. To be honest, like I said, it's subjective. I've watched people. I watch people on YouTube make videos, and every other book is a key that comes out every week, and I'm like, you're wrong, but whatever. If you want to think that, then you're more welcome to. But the truth of the matter is, that's probably not the case. Whatever, right? Thomas, what's going on? Hope the coffee is working this morning. Yeah, it's all right. It's not Mocha Express because I don't even think they're open yet. It's kind of cold already. Yeah, cool Thor cover. Haven't seen that one. That's just the regular cover. Let's see here. Another Venom 3 possibly. That's good to know when I decide to flip this series. I got that Venom 3 one. It's autographed by Donny Cates. That was pretty cool. He autographed it for me when we did the interview a couple years ago. So he was like one of my very first interviews I ever did was Donny Cates. So I appreciate that. I think only a couple thousand people saw it, but because it was pretty early on. So if you didn't see the my Donny Cates interview, go check it out. I have a playlist for it. So let's see. Need some of those grab bags. Yeah, they haven't made any of those grab bags for a while. They're kind of short staffed right now. They just don't have the inventory to do it. Is there ever an instance where you pay more than cover price? Yeah, I mean, obviously, not currently, not on current issues. Let me just put it to you that way. Nothing current will I pay more than cover price. I don't really have the desire to. So if this book was out and I missed it and then somebody was selling it for $20, I wouldn't buy it. I would just say, I would just accept the fact that I missed it and move on. Obviously, for older books, they have a cover price of like 30 cents or 40 cents or 50 cents, and they sell them for $2 or $3. Sure, I'm paying more than cover price technically, but yeah, for the most part, anything new, if it's not cover price or less, I just pass. There's new books every week. Let's see, just kind of scrolling down here. I think somebody did a super chat there. That's kind of cool. Let's see, Bueller. My shop has been very unreliable with Thor. Yeah, I've heard that, unfortunately. Let's see. Coffee and comics early in the morning on Monday. Yep, that's what we're doing. Here we go. Horror Man 3 says, $25 super chat. Look at that. Grab some books on me, my friend, or hit the Sizzler. The Sizzler. I said Sizzler that one time, and apparently there are no Sizzlers left, at least, or they've been gone for a while. I don't know, but yeah, I might have to just go to Denny's. But appreciate that, man. I need to go do some comic book hunting at this comic shop up in Vancouver, which is probably about 15 minutes away, 15, 20 minutes. They're the place that has all the 50-cent boxes. And I just don't go up there as much as I should. And putting together a nice little haul video like I did a couple weeks ago, I really enjoy doing that. So it's really on me to get some more books and make those videos. So can you show us your back wall real quick? My camera is kind of stationed. It's kind of mounted solid right now, so I really wouldn't be able to move it. I'm sorry. But it's just more of the same. So if you look at here, it just keeps going more of that wall. And if you go down this way, it's just more blue. I mean, it's just more of the same, to be totally honest. Who is the new writer on The Flash? Let me take a look, man. I'll look that up. It's Shink, I believe. I don't know. Let me. Like I said, they took over 2 issues ago. This is the second one. Kevin Shinick. Shinick. Kevin Shinick is the new writer for. I'm not familiar with that writer, to be honest. So there you go. What is your favorite ongoing title right now? Man, here's the thing. My favorite titles ended. within the last couple of months, which was not Once in the Future, Join the Future or whatnot was my favorite ongoing one. I would say right now, if I have to pick one, Something is Killing the Children is really good. I read that one all the time. Deceased, I love the Deceased franchise, whatever they're doing there. That's another one of my favorites. Daredevil's right up there as well. The Batman run was great. I haven't read 101 yet, but I love the Joker Wars. I thought those are good. There's some really good. There's some really good brand new indie books, but they're only like 1 or 2 issues in, like Department of Truth. So I don't want to throw all my weight towards them right now, but they're right there. Let's see here. Heard the Batgirl 50 is the greatest comic book ever written. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know. That's the first time I've heard that. Saying it's the best comic book ever written, that's a pretty easy statement to make, right? That ain't gonna work. It's definitely not Major X #1. Sorry. That's early Lady Death. Hold on to it. Okay, well, I got 2 copies, so there you go. I will. Thank you. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down here. Hey, we got Herman. Hello, greetings from the Netherlands. Man, we got such a great international audience. I think that's awesome. I mean, there's at the 5 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time, we get a great international audience watching this. It's like a half and half, which is awesome. There we go. There's a book I didn't pick up. Bueller, did you pick up The Last Ronin? And what are your thoughts of a $9 cover price? I didn't buy it because of that. It was $9. I ain't spending $9 on that. $9 for a brand new book. I had a hard time. I saw it. I had it in my hand. There was 3 or 4 of them on the shelf. I know it's going for more than $9. I think it sounds like 20 or whatever. Who cares? But it was $9 cover price. And I'm not really that into the turtle books. So it was an easy decision for me to put it back on the shelf. I was like, if it was a $4 or $5 book, I probably would have bought it. But $9, I'd rather buy something else. I'd rather, I bought that Thor 5 instead. I look at it that way. So yeah, I passed on it. Whatever. Like I said, I'm not a huge turtle book fan. I like turtles. I love the cartoon. I actually have the whole series on a burned DVD, and then I love the toys, but I was never really into never into the comics. Love the movies, all that stuff. So no, passed on a $9 cover price. Yeah, after having to buy that $10 Spider-Man number 850 or 49, God, it's drove me. The only reason I bought that is because it's on my pull list. Kind of have to do it, so whatever. But I took that off my pull list for the next week. The Last Ronin was a great story. I heard it was. I heard it was pretty good. Anything over $7 or $8 is way too much for a cover price. It's ridiculous. it's a bigger book. It's like this much bigger on the top or something. I don't know. It goes over the board. That drives me crazy. There was some image books that did that flipped over like a calendar a couple years ago that were just awful. Man, I couldn't wait to send those out. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and go through some of the books that are coming out this week. I actually got some pictures here of some stuff that's coming out this week real fast. Let's see here. I'll blow this up. Actually, I'm just going to do it old school right here. So this one right here, let's see, that Texas Blood is coming out this week. This is issue number 5, I believe. Here's the deal on this one. Man, I really enjoyed the first issue, and the second issue was all right. And then 3 and 4 really dropped off for me. So here's the deal. Number 5 is the redeeming issue. If it's not very good, I'm dropping it. Because the first one was great. Number 2 was okay. 3 and 4 was like, I don't even recognize this series. So that Texas Blood coming out this week. This is the one. If it's good, I'm going to hang on to it. If it's not good, if it's still on par with 3 and 4, this is the last issue I would be buying. And I'm sorry to say that because I had really high hopes for that Texas Blood number 5. But we will wait and see how it goes. So there you go. That's coming out this week. Here is this one right here. And somebody asked about this. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood. This is number 1. This comes out this week as well. Like I said, I already read this book. I can't really do a review on it. There's a blackout or whatnot, whatever they call it, so I can't really do a review or anything. All I can tell you, for the most part, it's, as you can tell by the cover, which anyone can find the cover, it's blood and stuff, and the book lives up to the cover. So I can pretty much tell you that if you like some old school Wolverine, fighting, blood, everything like that, that's what you get in this book for sure. And it pulls no punches by any means. So there you go. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood. Like I said, I already read it. So I will say this, I will be picking up the series. So whether that's a review or not, I don't know. There's another one that's coming out. This is no big surprise. Everyone knows what this book is. So it's The Walking Dead #2. They're redoing the ones in color. I'm enjoying this because I never got them when they came out. I wasn't even aware it was a comic book when the series was coming out, because that was when I wasn't collecting. Obviously, I've learned since then. But I'm getting these. So if you're looking for #2, it comes out this week. There's 4 or 5 different covers. The Walking Dead in color. There you go. This is the big book for this week. And let me know what you guys think. I read some reviews on it, and I'm pretty excited. This is crossover #1. I can't wait to pick this up and read it. I guess it's supposed to be the second coming of the greatest thing ever in comic books. And so this has a lot to live up to. But you know what? From the reviews, it sounds pretty good. I mean, I've seen some pictures of it. It looks like there's caricatures similar to people in the Marvel universe, similar to people in the DC universe, along with people in the Image universe and everything. The premise is pretty much, it's by Donny Cates. The premise is all these comic characters have pretty much come to life, and they're battling each other, and in the real world and stuff, and it's just chaos and mayhem for us in the real world. So kind of cool. Definitely looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be getting that book just to check it out, and why not, right? I always like these dark multiverse tales. This is the Batman Hush one. This is a standalone one-shot. They haven't had one of these dark multiverse ones out for quite a while, and really looking forward to picking this up. I like this story. The Hush story is supposed to be one of the best, and these are just different takes on those stories. And so I'm definitely going to get this book. I think it should be a good read, and DC has some nice books this week, so I'm going to get that one. If you're not familiar with the Hush story, just go pick that out and read it. You can read it on DC Online or something like that. I don't know. Or you can watch that movie. I don't know if it's probably not a good example, but or if you have the series, just read it. But this will be an alternative version of that for the most part, and it should be a lot of fun. Okay, this is another new book, Red Atlantis from Aftershock. Sounds like it's kind of an espionage thriller, spy type thing. I don't know too much about it. I got to do a little bit more research, but it is by Aftershock. It's a brand new book coming out this week, and I might want to give it a shot. So it's called Red Atlantis, a raw and brutal thriller ripped from tomorrow's headlines. Okay, well, there you go. Not bad at all. That's coming out this week. This one looks interesting. I know this is, I don't know anything about this book, but I've heard a lot of people talk about how good it was. I didn't even know it was a DC title. I thought it was something else. But Sweet Tooth Return is coming out this week. I'm going to give this a shot. I don't really know the history of this at all. But it's by Jeff Lemire. He makes some great stuff. So I'm going to give Sweet Tooth a shot. This is a black label as well. I don't know how many books it is, but definitely going to give this one a shot, see how it is. A little different. What else we got here? Oh, this is another one I'm looking forward to. This is Volume 2. Look at how beautiful this cover is. Volume 2, Year Zero by AWA, issue number 1. This is their zombie book. And really enjoyed the first volume of this. And we are continuing to a second volume because this is like one of their main titles. But Year Zero, Volume 2, if you're looking for some more zombie goodness, look at that right there. It's awesome. Another DC book right here. I talked about this a little bit earlier. Deceased Dead Planet. I don't need to really say much about that one. It's one of my favorites. More mayhem and goodness in there. So this is number 5. 2 more to go in this series. Looking forward to that. Then this one right here, Pantomime. This is by Man Cave. So I did a little bit of research on this one. This is about a group of kids that kind of decide to go and burglarize like a house or go steal something, and they steal something from the wrong people, and I don't know. It seems really dark. So they don't really have to worry about the law. They got to worry about the people who they stole it from. So anyway, looks kind of interesting. I give it a shot. That's Man Cave Pantomime #1, and this one I got a copy of this already, but I haven't read it yet. But it looks kind of interesting. Origins #1 of 6 by Boom Studios comes out this week. Origins. So I'm gonna actually probably sit down and read it today and see if it's any good. So looking forward to this one. The color looks really good. The artwork, I browsed through it, looked pretty good as well. So kind of interesting. So yeah, that's stuff that's coming out this week that I'm looking forward to, and I'll be putting together my top 10 list. Let's see what I'm missing here. All these people watching this morning. I saw some other really cool people jump in here. Scroll up here. There's Chad. Let's see. I'll start with Chad. What's up, Chad? How you doing, my friend? Appreciate you stopping by. Spencer, hello. How are you? I am Will. What's going on, my friend? I'd enjoy that Texas Blood and wish I'll see what happens with the next. Yep. That's the break. That's the one that's going to do it or make it or break it for me. That's the way I look at it. Very Coen Brothers feel. Yeah, I would agree. At least the first issue did. First and second issue. Old Wolf is in here. What's going on, my friend? What do you think about the Phantom Starkiller series? I followed the figure line, but I'm not sure about the buzz on it. Yeah, I saw a little bit of a talk about it. Honestly, it didn't grab me. I saw some stuff about it a couple months ago that I looked into. It was like nothing grabbed me back then, and now we're here at this point and still not really doing much for me. So I don't know. I'm enjoying Texas Blood. The pacing is what makes it too good. Yeah, I mean it's I don't know. It's not really the pacing. It's the direction that it went. I thought it was the first issue. I thought it was one thing, and then I thought it was like it had a little bit of the paranormal to it. And then since then, there hasn't really been that much to it, and I still don't know exactly what they're doing. So crossover hits DC Marvel Image doing a big. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just not sure about crossover. I love Kate's, but it just seems too overhyped. Well, I think we will see, man. We only got a few days left to see what happens. So, I like the fact that he gets to have the reins pulled off. No, he pretty much has the reins pulled off at Marvel, but we'll see what he does with this. You never know. I've heard some really good things from his friends talk about it and stuff. So, hey, the Rogue Trader, what's going on, my friend? I showed those books you sent me. Appreciate that. Very cool. The sketch 311, and then that Lady Death. That's the second copy of that Lady Death book I've gotten, and that's like the only copies of Lady Death I got. So I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see. Just scrolling down here. Okay, Bueller, did you pick up Age of New Gods this week? The Death Metal. Yes, I did. I got it. I haven't read it yet. I'm building up all the Death Metal series. I'm going to do a binge read when I get them all. I know that might be a big chore, but I think it's going to make it easier for me, to be honest. But yeah, I pick them all up. I have a standing order at my LCS, all Death Metal books. So let's see. I've never seen a 50-cent box. I may have to make it. Yeah, you definitely do, man. There's all sorts of 50-cent boxes around here. I like comics up in Vancouver has 200 to 350-cent boxes, and they replenish like every week. Yes, Biggie Shack's YouTube channel is about comic books and a little bit of wrestling thrown in there as well, because he is a wrestling fan just like myself. I'll be dropping my first video in the next week or so. That's awesome. Six Face Comics. People go check out that and be subscribe, and hopefully when you'll be one of the very first people to check out this first video. That'd be cool. Leonardo, what's going on, my friend? Yeah, is it iPad mini? I do have big hands, though. I mean, I got big hands. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Here's a comic book. There you go. Good enough. Yeah, I got big hands. I'm a big dude. Big dude. Let's see. Just kind of scrolling down here. Looks like we got some other people in here as well. Did I miss anybody? Pixels and Pens, what's going on? I kind of wanted it to be kind of a horror book. I thought that's kind of what I was looking for, to be honest. So, or something like maybe more. I don't know. Like I said, we gotta just wait and see. I don't think they've revealed all the secrets yet, to be totally honest. Superior Hero Review, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in here. $160 in the chat. Let's hit that thumbs up. There you go. I don't even know what the thumbs up are because you can't see it on the thing here, so that's all right. If you want to hit the thumbs up, you're more welcome to. If you don't want to do it, I don't care. Let's see. Scrolling down here. Hey, we got Derek in the house. What's going on, my friend? Appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. AEW greater than WWE. You know what? Here's the thing, man. I think wrestling right now is it's nice to have competition out there, and I hope that they make each other better, to be totally honest. I think it's pretty much whatever you like, whatever characters you like, that's what you're going to watch. But I like wrestling. I don't have cable, so I only watch like the highlights on YouTube for both of those. That's really about all I watch. So, yeah, you pop the comic. I'll break out a Silver Age here in a minute. Maybe a Golden Age. Let's see. Fanboy Russ, what's going on, my friend? Lance, hello. Ben, hello. Appreciate everyone stopping in here. Hornhead, hello. 9 Square Inches, hello. Any more auctions coming up? Nothing really planned. I just don't have the books. One of my resources was called the Frankenstein Comic Swap, and they haven't had any since February. They usually have them every couple months, and when they're gone, I can't resupply my books. So I usually go in there with $400, $500, $600 and load up and stuff, and just haven't been able to do it. So, what are you gonna do? So eventually, hopefully, they come back and I can buy some more books. So that I know these people are just building up a huge collection. What's my favorite timeless cover? Probably the Ben Grimm one, The Thing. I think that's probably his best one on there. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, I'd say it's easily probably Ben Grimm. Somebody asked me that before. Bueller, I emailed you, man. Check it. Okay. I'll have to check it a little bit. Okay. I want to go ahead and get to this. And this is a let me put this up here. And usually I would have an edited video for this and stuff, and it would be kind of really well done and everything and stuff and easy to follow along. But I want to show this because I need to show it, to be totally honest. So this is Knock 'em Dead #1, the Comics with Bueller, very first exclusive cover. See if I can get that right. Oh man, where'd it go? You got to be kidding me. Here it is, right here. So this is it right here. Okay. So this is a brand new book. It comes out in December, first week of December. This is the very first official Comics with Bueller exclusive that's coming out. So if you want to get the very first one, this is the first official. I have my logo on it. I paid to have this done. I have a very limited amount of copies of this. I am limited. I only purchased 100 copies. I'm keeping like 10 of them for myself and some friends and family. So that brings it down to I will only have 90 copies available through myself. I've already sold a handful of these just because I kind of mentioned something on my Instagram. And I sold quite a few. I actually had to hold off, to be honest. Right now, if you're interested, if you're interested in this book, and this is kind of the unofficial announcement, I'll have more on it next week on the copy video. Email me, okay? Look in the description of this video. All the information is in the description. I believe it is. Let me double check. I just want to make sure I got all the information. It says, oh, yes. Yeah, if you look in the description, it says Knock 'em Dead #1 by Aftershock Comics, written by Eliot Rahal. That's the writer. It's an exclusive Comics with Bueller variant done by Clara Meath. She's one of my favorite artists, one of my friends. I have 20 copies right now available for pre-order in this batch. I got to do it kind of sparingly, but what I can do, I can take your name down and put it on the list. And as I get more closer to the release, I'll make sure first come, first serve, whoever wants one will get one. It's $19.99 plus $4 shipping, so $23.99 total. No added shipping costs for multiple copies, but a limit of 3. If you are interested, okay, email me at comicswithbueller@gmail.com, and that's what you need to do. First come, first serve. So if you are interested in this book, email me, comicswithbueller@gmail.com. There it is, Knock 'em Dead #1, the very first official Comics with Bueller variant, and I have my logo on it and everything. Email me, comicswithbueller@gmail.com. Say, hey, Bueller, I'm interested in one of your covers. What do I need to do? And I will prioritize it, first come, first serve, and I'll give you the information, and we will go from there. Because I am selling them personally through my PayPal account. I'm just trying to cut out the middleman as far as like eBay or a website and stuff like that, because the fees are pretty high. And the books were a little bit more expensive than I anticipated. They're about twice as much as what initially we thought the cost was going to be. So that's, for one, that's why there's not that many, because we cut our order in half. And for two, they're just more expensive. So I'm trying to cut down the other expenses so I can actually make a little bit of money on it. So that way I can get ready to do the next variant, which will probably be sometime in March. I'm only going to be doing ones like every 4 months. I don't want to do too many. I don't want to just every month have a variant. That's not kind of what I want to do. I just kind of want to do something really cool that I enjoy. And this is the very first one. Unfortunately, I'm only doing the within the United States. And the United States, any time you go outside the United States, even Canada, it's like $25 to ship one book. Just one book, $25. So it's like, is it worth it for the consumer to buy it? Not really. Let's see here. Let me show it again real quick. Anyway, it's on there. Knock 'em Dead #1, the very first. There can be only one first official one. Like I said, Knock 'em Dead #1. I had this commissioned from Clara Meath. Did it and stuff, and it's just a beautiful cover. It's kind of the horror factor. The book is about a comedian who I haven't read it yet. It's about a comedian who is possessed by dead comedians or something like that. Eliot Rahal he writes a lot of horror stuff, and it's really good. So I'm looking forward to getting this book. So there you go. Like I said, I have a limited number. I'm going to limit to 90 copies total from my end, and like I said, I'm keeping 10 for myself, my kids, and my family or whatnot. So 90 copies will not last long, and honestly, a third of those are already gone, if not more, are already gone. So we're really sitting at about 50 copies right now to be sold. So if you want one, email me, comicswithbueller@gmail.com. Just let me know that you're interested, and I'll tell you what needs to go, and I'll do first come, first serve. No, I didn't get any of those. No, they're too much money, man. I would love to, but you know what? I actually like these ones better. I think the sketch versions are okay, but I think the color versions of them are a lot better. So, and those other ones are like $100. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Doctor Strange is a pretty good one. I think that's pretty good. Yes, that was my first one. It's the first one I've had done. That's the first one that my logo's on it. I had a say in the matter. I paid for it, so that's the first official. The first unofficial one was the Devil's Red Bride, which sold out like over a weekend. They sold like 600 copies like in a weekend. So I mean, I only got 90 copies of this thing, so that should tell you something. But the first unofficial one was The Devil's Red Bride. I didn't pay for any of that. All the funds were going to the artists and the comic shop and stuff. It's just something I wanted to partner up with them and help them do. And it was Clara, which was my friend and stuff. So that was the first unofficial one. But this is the first official one. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Just selling the Biggie Shack. There you go. The Spidey one makes more sense when you see it. Yeah, it does. I know exactly what you're referring to. You won't pay $9 for a book, but you will sell one for 20. Yeah, there you go. Well, here's the thing, man. It's not cheap getting one of these done. This is the first time out me doing this, and the price to get a book commissioned and made, and to pay the artist and pay for the plates and to pay for the books is a lot more than what you might think it is, to be totally honest. So yeah, I'm selling it for $19.99 for the simple fact that there's very few copies, and for the fact that it costs twice as much as what we were gonna what we thought the price was gonna be. And they didn't have any price break, which is unfortunate. A lot of times you would get a price break when you buy a certain amount of copies of a book, and they had zero price break. So it's like I couldn't afford to buy any more. I had a chunk of money dedicated to do this. I was like, okay, and what can I get for this amount? It's not as many as I wanted to get, unfortunately. So it pretty much is what it is. Let's see. What happened to $3.99? Well, here's the thing, man. I'm pretty sure Aftershock books are $4.99 for their cover price. I think maybe that's why it was more money anyway, because Aftershock normally is $4.99 in number ones. No, you're good. For the people who have already paid and bought, you're good. I got your information there. They've already paid. Right now, pretty much what I'm going to do, if you're interested, like I said, email me, comicswithbueller@gmail.com. I will send you the information, kind of what I'm looking for, and then maybe an invoice to your PayPal, and we'll go from there. A certain amount of people already bought some because I announced on my Instagram, and those people are all set. I actually got a list of those people written down and all their invoices printed up for them. So I'm trying to do it little chunks at a time so I don't get hit with every order all at once. And they don't come out until the first week of December, so I got a little bit of time, but I want to make it as smooth as possible and have all the information I got ready to go. What payment method would I need to use to get a Bueller book? Right now, Shane, I'm just doing PayPal. Some people have asked me some other stuff. I'm not familiar with the other stuff, to be totally honest, and maybe it's just me being dumb. So I don't really know. I don't really know what to say to you, Shane. I wish I did, but PayPal is what I'm using right now. Honestly, like I said, that's really the only thing I'm familiar with. I know there's other things out there. I'm not a huge technical dude, I guess. I know some things and then a huge lack of other things. Steve Whiting in the house. What's going on, my friend? Steve wants one. There you go. I'm still bitter that Marvel is almost giving the books away at $10 a month to people with only a 3-month delay. It just seems like, yeah. Didn't you message me about that? How the digital Marvel app is just doing 3 months before the new books are on there. I think it was you. I think actually you and a few other people did. I don't think you were the only one. I don't really know the best time frame for that, as far as when they should release them. To be honest, I don't know. 3 months. No, most books are bi-weekly or twice a month. So that's 6 issues out before it gets released on the thing. Maybe that's enough time. Mainly, a story arc is usually like 5 or 6 issues. So I don't know. It's personal preference, I guess. I don't really have a good opinion on that, to be honest. It does look like the ooze from Ghostbuster. I'm having my morning coffee, rolling a nice joint, and now enjoying Bueller's talk. There you go. What else are you gonna do, right? Okay, let me see if I can get caught up here. I know I'm behind. Very cool. Hey, Southern Comic Geek, how you doing? All right. Can you bring one to Florida? Save me shipping. You know what? I could probably do that, to be honest. I'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, I can do that. If I'm going to Florida, I'll save you guys shipping. I'll just bring them with me and stuff like that. So if you want one, and just send me an email. I don't want to have things coming from different things. So just send me an email, comicswithbueller@gmail.com. Let me know what you want. Hey, this is Chad, Florida, whatnot. And then I'll say, oh, great. We'll get it taken care of. And then I'll just bring them to you and the guys in Florida who are there that want one as well. So, Bueller, do you have extra copies of the roses or just one of each? What? What is that? A copy of the roses? What's roses? What is that? No super chats for me. Oh man, that sucks. You know what? Keep your money, man. Keep it. Don't worry about it, my friend. Buy a coffee or buy a book and call it good. Yeah, you know what? I thought that too. When I saw your pick, I was like, oh, I bet you everyone else is gonna pick that. Eggnog, there you go. Eggnog latte, awesome, man. Very cool. Personally delivered. There you go. I don't mind doing that. All the way to Florida. Here's the thing about the Florida thing. That trip is planned, is booked. The things are going. As we all know, the climates can change and stuff goes on, and maybe it gets canceled. But right now, everything's on track. I'm looking forward to going, and it should be a lot of fun. But things might change. Maybe they won't even allow the gathering to get together. But you never know. But right now, as things go, I'm still planning on being there. Hey, it looks like it worked. Thanks for the shout out about my first video dropping in the next couple of weeks. Awesome, man. $10 super chat, Six Face Comics. Like you said earlier, he'll be dropping his first video on his channel, Six Face Comics. So if you want to be first in line to see his very first video, you should subscribe to it right now. Turn on that notification button. Hopefully it's a good video. I can't tell you that it's a good video because he hasn't made one yet, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If it's not very good, it's not on me. It's on this guy, Six Face Comics. But obviously, awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'll make sure I check it out when it comes out. Let me know when it does, okay? Discovery Bay. What's going on, my friend? Here's a gentleman that bought... Discovery Bay is the first one to ever buy my exclusive variant. He got the very first copy. When I put on Instagram, he was the very first one who sent me a message. First one to paid. So JB, Discovery Bay Comics, he is getting number 1 of 100. And that's pretty cool, man. That's really cool. I was pretty honored to have him buy the first copy because he's a good dude. So there you go. Let's see. What else do we want to do? Collecting Chaos, hello. Time for cup number 4. There you go. Let's see. JR, hello. Good morning. Where do you see the future of comics? You know what, JR? I see the future of comics is awesome. I think that most comic book collectors right now, majority of them, and I'll just go by my analytics, are in their 40s, okay? That means we got a good 20 or 30 years more to go. So if I look at it that way, and if we still have the same collectors we do today as we do tomorrow, then I think we're good for another 20 or 30 years. But you never know. Time will tell. If we grow any more, if we get any newer audience, and not to say that there's not younger people, because there are, just the majority are probably my age or somewhere in there. So if we stay on it, we're stay dedicated like we are right now, then the comics should be good for another 20 or 30 years. But you never know. Yeah, see, you're 49. So you're right there. I'm 45. We're within, striking distance of each other. So I kind of look at it that way. And I saw someone else mention that the other day, and I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So there you go. Okay, let me go on to the next thing. I want to follow up on did I get everything? Yeah. I had that CBCS interview on Friday, and that came out on Friday, and I really enjoyed it. And let me pull this banner now. And yeah, so I don't know if anyone watched the CBCS interview that I did, or me and Bob did, excuse me. But it was, we had some technical issues with the sound. It just is what it is. There's nothing I tried fixing it, and I tried to get it the best I could, but it is what it is. For me, as you guys all know, I don't have comic books graded. I never use a grading service. I'm not picky over one or the other. I don't really care, because honestly, even after that interview, I still don't really have too much desire to get a book graded. If I did get a book graded, I'd probably use their service, CBCS. For one, mainly because I just like Steve. I really enjoy talking to Steve, and I have a little personal connection with him now, and we've talked a couple times since then. And honestly, that interview that we did on Friday, which has only been out just a few days, is now the #1 most watched interview for him on YouTube for CBCS. Just within 3 days, it topped everyone else's who's ever been done with Steve. So I told Steve, he's like, oh, that's awesome. So I'm pretty happy about that a lot of people watched and a lot of people enjoyed it. But yeah, I don't, if you like CGC or PGX, it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I've never used any service. I don't care which ones you guys use. Just use what you prefer and what works best for you. For my own personal thing, like I said, since I know Steve now, I'm probably going to go with them. They seem like a really nice guy. From the information that he provided, and maybe this is a lack of me knowing other stuff as well, but the information that he provided for me was that their grading principles, or how they grade books, seems to be a higher standard than CGC. At least that's what I kind of got from that thing. And then I've also, from a little bit of research on my end, looking at CGC stuff, I've seen a lot of people like, oh, I have a problem with CGC, or the grade is not right, or there's something wrong with the case, or something like that. That could be just because there's more CGC stuff out there, so that's why you see it more often, or maybe not. But I do have to kind of go from what I see and from what I understand and from their history, and just looking up in general, just looking up high dollar value books. I'm not talking about $1,000. I'm talking about $20,000, $100,000 books. It doesn't really make a huge difference if it's a CGC or a CBCS book when it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Very little difference when you're talking about that big of a dollar and that type of a collector who's putting out that money. It doesn't matter. Actually, it seems like the CBCS extremely high dollar books, the hundreds of thousands of dollar ones, the collector looks for them because of their grading preferences and because of how spot on their grades are, I think. So I don't think there's a big difference. I think the cases, when I look at the cases that I compare it to, there is a difference in the cases, but I think it's personal preference. Whatever you like better, I think I don't think there's a difference. If you took five steps back and you couldn't tell a difference between the case. Okay, so the only difference is if you hold them in your hand. One's a little bit thicker than the other. They both feel the very same as strength-wise. They both pretty much look exactly the same. So it's personal preference. Whatever you like, just go for that. The labels is one area where I would agree with a lot of people on the labels. And I actually kind of disagree with Steve about it because he said, I don't want the label to be, gaudy or whatnot, and take away from the book. And I think we talked about it. I don't know if it was in the video or off camera, but he said, what, the consumer, they want what they want. And we will, we look at that. So if the consumer wants a different label or maybe some with some artwork attached or something to the label to make it a little bit more attractive, even though he's personally, I don't think he's okay with it, but I think he would listen to what the people want and they would adjust to it, because I would agree with, I think their labels are a little, I don't want to say generic, but there's not a lot to them. I don't know what there should be on there, to be honest, but I think you're right. I think a lot of people are right. They could have a little bit more flair. That's what I said. They might need a little bit more flair to their labels. And I think that would go a long way if they did. I think that's a hang up, because that was actually the third most asked thing for the questions that we received was about their labels. And obviously, if it's the third most asked about thing, it's an issue. And hopefully, maybe they look at that down in the future and they change something up a little bit. I mean, it doesn't have to be major. That's the thing. It could be very subtle, and it'll make all the difference in the world. So we will just have to wait and see. But really, I thought it was pretty good. I thought he was a pretty genuine guy. I think everyone who watched it would agree that he seemed like a genuine guy. There was a couple things he talked about, and I'm not up to date on this, but he mentioned it, and a few people mentioned in the chat, like the evaluation of a book and the percentage of a book, like how much it's worth. Do they get a percentage or something like that? And actually, I talked about that on one of our videos a long time ago, and I don't quite agree with that. I don't know what the percentage is. From what I understand, it's of really higher volume books, or higher dollar volume books. Sorry, get my words crossed up. Apparently, it's a common practice with CGC as well, to where they take a percentage of what the valuation of the book is. Like I said, high dollar value books. I don't understand that practice. There's obviously some logic behind it that they have put into play, but to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't have those type of high dollar books that would come close to even qualifying for something like that, so it really doesn't bother me too much. But I really don't have a good answer for that. I don't know why that is. I don't know if there's more risk involved for them, but I obviously see it as a, it's like, I don't know if it's insurance reasons, but it's like, if you pay for insurance and if you send your car to the insurance company and they drive it and they wreck it, don't you think they should pay for it? Not you, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a good analogy. But anyway, that was one thing that came up a couple times from people. I really don't have a good answer for that, why they charge. But like I said, it's not just them. It's a common practice with grading companies, at least CGC I'm aware of. I don't know much about PGX. Honestly, not a lot of people use PGX. I barely know anything about them besides what I've heard from local people who have used them. So, but anyway, I thought it was a good interview. I enjoyed what he had to say about the signature series. I enjoyed the fact that I can send my Todd McFarlane autograph from 1991 into them, and they will verify it for me, slab it up if I want to have it slab, but they will verify it, make sure it's authentic. I mean, I know it's authentic, but now the third person who would want to buy it, if it was ever an item that goes on sale, they have the opportunity to know, hey, it was verified signature. They know it's real, So I thought that was pretty cool that you can do that. So if anyone has any old signatures and they want to get them verified, CBCS is the way to go. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. The extra charge, at least in my pressing services, for additional insurance. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was. I don't know for sure. I love what he said about pressing. It's so important that we listen to his view. Yes. Well, the guy is, he's been referred to as the godfather of grading. And really, if you do a little bit of history research on him, he's pretty much, him and a handful of others started the whole third-party grading guidelines, or what they do and how they grade a book and stuff. So, I mean, without him and a couple others, this isn't happening. So, don't care about the labels, care about the book. So that's kind of how Steve feels. Let's see. Let me see here. Doesn't matter if it's Action Comics #1 or the latest comic they have to go through the same process. So why should the cost be any different? That's a good question. Like I said, I don't really know the answer to that. And I don't honestly believe that I would get whatever the answer is. I probably wouldn't agree with it, to be totally honest, because I think what your statement is right. What you just said there, why should it make any difference? I kind of have that same mentality on that, so I would have to agree with you. John Thomas types in YouTube, Alan Moore hates comic book movies and his own comics on YouTube. A gripe of them, Bob. I agree with Bob. Let's see. They charge a percentage because they are a business and they need to make money. Well, there you go. I mean, collecting chaos, I mean, that statement is pretty much goes for every single business in the world, my friend. That's not breaking news for anybody. Let's see. Aggressively relaxing. What's going on, my friend? Are you going to, you know what? That's I was hoping somebody would ask me. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will get one slabbed. I will have Eliot sign it, the writer. I have to send it to him to have him sign it. I will have Clara sign it for me. Actually, I'll have them send me one with her signature on, maybe Eliot's as well. So I'll have them sign it. So I'll have Clara's signature on there. I'll have Eliot's, and then I'm going to sign it myself for my own book. And then I'm going to have it verified. I'll send it to the CBCS. I don't know if I'll get a discount or whatnot because it's only for November. The book doesn't come out till December. But I'll send it in there, have it verified the signature. Apparently, I have to send off a card with my signature and stuff like that, so they'll have it on file. We talked about that on the video. And then that'll be one of my very first books to be graded and sent back, and I'll have my own copy and stuff like that. It's that book, and like I said in that video, I think there's an Iron Man #7 that my buddy Steve sent me. That's awesome. That's another book I want to. If I ever got a book graded, that would be the first one I get graded. Since I got my own exclusive, I think that would be kind of cool. So there you go. How close to Seattle are you? Seattle's about 4 to 5 hours away, and depending on traffic, it's quite a bit more. Are you in Seattle? Because if they have action one in their possession and something were to happen, how much is that to replace? Yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons for that percentage. I don't know. I think how many of us have an Action Comics 1, type thing? I'm sure there are people out there who have comics that are worth thousands and thousands of dollars. But let's be honest, 95% of us, are lucky to have a $1,000 book in our collection. Some of us do, some of us don't. Most of us, and I think probably more so for the people that watch my stuff, might not have a lot of huge, big dollar books, because we're like a lot more. I think my channel is more focused on readers and enjoying the story and stuff, and a few, monetary collectors and stuff. But for the most part, 95% of us don't have those huge dollar books in our collection. We'd like to have them. And some of us do, but most of us do not. And that's all right, because the ones we do have, we enjoy just as much. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me scroll up there. See, I never got any hate for enjoying comics. Sorry to hear that, fellas. Yeah, don't get hate for enjoying comics. No hate. Let's see here. I'll scroll down here. You got some pretty big. I do have some nice books. Don't get me wrong. I have books that are worth some money, but they're not necessarily like a higher grade books, and they're not really books I would even, I wouldn't even get them graded anyway because I wouldn't want to be honest. I'd rather put them in Mylar and be able to read them. Yeah, I'm the same way, Astro Wizard. I'm the same way. I'm not a. I'm not a. Even through all the stuff that I've put myself, with the interview and meeting these people and talking to them and talking to other collectors and buying a few slabs just to see what they're like, I still just like to put them in a bag and board and call it good. That's still what I prefer, and I don't think my mind's going to change. I mean, I've listened to people. I've tried to open my mind, and I see the value of it now more so than I probably did before. And I know a lot of people that watch my stuff, do get their books slabbed. So that's kind of why I did the whole thing for CBCS, and because I think people have different views on it. So might as well cover all your bases, right? But to this day, man, bag and board, that works for me. And if every book in my collection is a bag and board 2 years from now, I'll be just as happy as I am right now. So who wins, Colossus or the Thing in the full? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't have a. I'd go with the Thing, maybe. I don't know. I'm back, lad. You're still going. Yeah, hold on. Hour and a half. My God, look at that. Feel like I'm 18 again. What? Never mind. There's absolutely nothing wrong with not having expensive comics in your collection. Collecting comics is the whole idea, and that is what makes exactly. Funky Sloth is absolutely right. For a long time, I wanted a giant size X-Men #1, and because that's the last remaining quote Grail I wanted to add to my collection, and because I got the other three I've always wanted, and the other three came in my collection because of the generosity of the people that watch my channel. To be totally honest, Amazing Spider-Man 129, Hulk 181, X-Men 94, and the fourth one was Giant Size X-Men. I have the facsimile edition that came out last year, and honestly, I crossed it off my list. I said, you know what, this works. I'm okay with it. This counts as the Grail in my. Now the monetary value is not there, but it's the book I wanted. And so I'm good. So I crossed off my list. So to me, I've even a facsimile covers that base, to be totally honest. So I am good to go. Now, if they would just come out with a Iron Man #1 facsimile, I'd be good with that too. But that's more for my daughter. Even all my slab books have. That's cool, man. That's a good way to go. Let's see. I'm well behind here. The CBCS verified PSA verified signatures. I remember them verified CGC signatures. CBCS will verify any signature as long as it's a real signature. They don't need a COA. They don't need nothing. Just send them whatever it is. If you have a signature on a book, you don't need a COA, you don't need a picture, you don't need nothing. Just send them in there, and if it's legit, they can verify it. They have the people to do it to verify the signature. If you had a book signed in 1980 from Chris Claremont, and send it in there, and if they can verify it, they will verify it, and it'll say on there verified signature. So that's one thing he said about COAs. He said they're worthless, at least for their service. There's no reason for them to have for you to send in a COA, because it doesn't for them, it doesn't help the factor to figure out if it's legit for the book. So Savage She-Hulk #1, that's a great book. That's the book from Stan Lee. Came up with it. Thank you from Heroes to Icons. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. You know what? Eventually, I always sit here and say, I want to make a official room tour and go through some stuff. I did a little quick 2-minute one on my Q&A coffee video that we did, but eventually I want to do a full room tour and kind of put together something. I just need someone to hold the camera for me. I have a near perfect copy of X-Men 21. I love to read it, but it's the first book I might send to CGC, but I want to keep reading it. What should I do? Photocopy it. I don't know. I would say get a digital copy or something. Can you get a digital copy if you want to keep reading it? Or maybe they have a facsimile? I don't know. Let's see. Big Mike's Comics and Toys. I love how the books looks in the bag and board, but I've been CGCing books that I bought just for the covers. A lot of people do that. A lot of people get a good cover and go straight to the. Actually, a lot of books go. A lot of people just buy it straight CGC slab and never even open it. And there's a market for that. It is what it is. Trav, hello. He says, I agree with from Heroes to Icons. Everyone should agree with From Heroes Icons. That guy's awesome. Let's see. I just picked up Autumnal. I think I pronounced it right. The Autumnal #1 the other day. Do you have any thoughts on that book? No. I didn't get a copy of it. Missed out when it came out. I saw it on the shelf for I don't know if it's considered a second printing or not, but I didn't get it. I don't know. It's probably one of those that I will be missing out on. Excuse me. I'm going to take some of my tea here. All right. We've been going for like an hour and 35 minutes. I think I covered up anything. Does anyone have any questions? I don't do these live shows very often. It might be another 4 months before I do another one. I don't know. But if I do, I hope you guys enjoy them, because getting up early in the morning and talk about comics is always a good way to start your week, right? So let me pop in there, cough drop. I always get the coughs during the winter months or the fall season or whatnot. I don't have any virus or nothing, so nobody worry. It's just something I get. My allergies kind of kick in, and it causes me to cough. Anyway, let's see here. Picked up Autumnal half last week. Thought it was great. Yeah, I heard a lot of people say really enjoyed it. I did the same thing with the Hulk 181 facsimile. I had a real copy as a kid, with the price for these days. Yep. Yeah, man. If those facsimiles, there's a facsimile coming out this week. The Avengers 56. I could be wrong. But that's the one with the first appearance of Vision. I've always wanted that book. And it's not tremendously expensive. It is expensive in my book. But I'm picking up that facsimile, and I'm crossing that thing off my list. It's an iconic cover kind of, and I'm looking forward to it. So those facsimiles are good enough for me. What is this? What is this? Comics with Bueller. My only question is, you're a nice and jolly guy, so fat boy swag. So no real question. Keep up the good work. You'll be Famicio famous. I don't know. More interviews you do. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a bigger guy. Luckily, I'm not short. That's the thing. If I were short, I'd be like a round basketball. But luckily, I'm like 6'5", and I weigh what I weigh. I'm close to 300 pounds, but I carry it well, so it's not all just lumped all together. It's stretched. So, but you know what? It is what it is. Big dude. And yeah, you know what? I need to do some more interviews. Thing is, I don't know what to say about interviews. I like doing interviews, and I don't like doing them at the same time. So I don't know. I like doing them in person better. In-person interviews, I really enjoy. I had a bunch of people lined up to do interviews that are local here, and then COVID happened, and then all that went through the roof. And so none of that materialized, and we've lost touch. So maybe next year. Do you think the Miles Morales Spider-Man series is a good series to keep collecting right now? I got 1 through 19. If you enjoy reading it, I guess. I don't know. If you're asking if it's going to be worth some money, I don't know. To be honest, I know number 20 comes out this week. If you're enjoying it, yeah, sure. Then keep going. If you're buying it because you think it might be worth some money down the road, it probably won't be, because there's a ton of Miles Morales books out there beforehand, that will have more value than the current run. There's a couple exceptions, I think, in this run as far as value-wise, but nothing really that's materialized more so than it did the first week. It kind of got a little bit of heat to it. So, do live shows more often. This was a great way to spend my money. Yeah, I'd like to do some more. I was thinking about doing a Friday show. a Friday morning show like this at 5 o'clock on a Friday to end the week or something. I don't know. Maybe every other week or something like that. It'd be kind of fun. Do I think Comic Tom will cause the comic book industry to crash? I mean, TJ Maxx. No. Here's the thing, man. Comic Tom's audience, although it's a decent sized audience, it's a very small percentage when you consider, the amount of comics that are sold. Okay. If his top 10 video gets 15,000 views, that's great. The number one selling comic sold 200,000 copies. So, I mean, there's a lot. It's a very small percentage. So, do you think that he would have the potential to crash the industry? That would be a lot of that'd be a long time coming to have that much swag or that much influence, I guess. So no, the industry is larger than any one entity, many times over. Anything playing with other YouTubers such as Gemini or Comic Tom? Nothing. Tom keeps asking me to do stuff, and I've been putting them off. Me and Tom haven't really done anything. We talk all the time, but we haven't done anything besides he was on the show for an interview earlier this year, but we haven't really done anything for like almost this whole year together. It's fine. I kind of got my group here and he's got his group and it works out just fine, but we still talk all the time. But no, I don't have anything planned. He'll hit me up probably later this week. Like, hey, we need to do this. What about this book? Last time he called me, he's like, hey, I really want to do a book do a part on Mercy, that book from Image. He's like, yeah, the first issue 1 through 5. Let's do a thing on there. I go, I hate that book. I got the first issue. I couldn't stand it. So I'm like, that's like the third book in a row he's picked. And I was like, man, that's a horrible book. And so I'm like, that's not going to work. So as far as Jim, I talk to him every now and then, but we haven't really ever talked about doing stuff together. So you never know. When are you going to make comics and coffee t-shirts, merchandise like coffee mugs? Mick, I actually had t-shirts at one time and I hated it. I absolutely hated selling t-shirts. I only had like 12 of them. Okay. 12 shirts. And I hated selling the shirts because it was like, oh, this doesn't fit. This is the right size, all this stuff. So yeah, I mean, I could make shirts and do that stuff and maybe that comes down the line, but honestly, everyone else selling shirts, go buy one of their shirts. Maybe a coffee mug. But the thing about coffee mugs and porcelain, they break when they ship. A very high percentage of them will break. And so that's kind of why I haven't done the coffee mug thing. But if I did do something, it would probably be a coffee mug or a mug set. Maybe a shirt down the line. I don't know. Even Tom asked me about doing a shirt. He actually had mock-ups for me. Like Save Bueller. Like instead of Save Ferris, it said Save Bueller. And he actually had a shirt that said, I'm all jacked up on coffee. He's like, what do you think of this? I go, yeah, that's all right. But that was like a couple of months ago. And I never followed up with him. What are you going to do? I hit it a little bit, MG, earlier in the video. I didn't pick it up, so I didn't even read it. It doesn't really interest me. I'm not a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book fan, and I want to make that specific. I like turtles. I just never really got into the comic books, so I passed on it. I do that. I do. I've done that many times, and it helps a little bit, but I don't know. It's allergies really get to me for a while. Like I'll cough like 3 straight months out of the year, and then it's gone. So let's see here. This is just fun. Now I'm just reading questions. Let's see. Someone up here. I'm really far behind here, but I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. If you're ever in Texas or Dallas, let us know. You have friends down here. Maybe when you cons come back. Yes. JR, here's the thing, man. This was the year I wanted to travel and go to a bunch of different places, and obviously that didn't happen. And maybe next year changes. If it does, I want to travel. I want to go to different places all across the United States. My kids are older. I can do it. I got a van. I can just drive around. And I wouldn't mind just taking off for 2 or 3 months out of the year and just traveling. The nice thing about my videos, I can pretty much make them from, wherever I'm at and kind of go from there. So I wouldn't mind doing that. Just coming and seeing everybody and going to different places. So, hey Bueller, how did you display the beautiful Aftershock set behind you? They're on. I got some shelves from a comic shop that was remodeling, and there's 3 shelves that they had, or 3 stands, and that's what that were. They were $10 a stand, and then I painted them and redid the backs of them and stuff. So, there you go. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 shelves in each stand or whatnot. So. I enjoy seeing your studio tour during the show. You kind of took us behind the curtain. Yeah, I'd like to do a little bit more. I made an office. I can show that now, too. It's a comic book office. Great show, Bueller. Any tips for fatherhood? Enjoy it. Have fun. That's one thing with me and my kids. We always had fun together. We always played. Don't be afraid to just go play and be a kid with your kids. And that's the best advice I can do. Don't go to the park as much as you can. Ride your bikes together as much as you can. Enjoy. You have an excuse to act like a kid again because you have kids. And that area of being a parent only lasts a very short time before you have to really start being a parent, like when they start getting into crap. So enjoy when they're younger, and you use that opportunity to kind of be a kid again yourself. That's my advice. Let's see. What comic book store is your favorite in Portland? Would like to meet you someday, Bueller. My favorite one in Portland is, my LCS, Things from Another World. That's where I get my new comic books from. I don't think they don't have any back issues, so it might not be for everybody. I really enjoy the people there. There's some really great ones in Portland. Excalibur has a great back issue section. And even though I don't go to this comic shop anymore because me and the guy do not get along, it's still a really good comic store. And they have a lot of great comics there in 50-cent issues. It's called Comic Adventure. It's in Milwaukee. It's right outside of Portland. It's a great store. I don't go there anymore. I haven't been there in months. I don't plan on going there. He doesn't want me in there. I don't want to go there. But in all honesty and fairness, it's a great store. He has great issues, great 50-cent bins. So I recommend it. If you're in town, go check it out. I probably did, Russ. I'm behind on my stuff. I know you won a giveaway. So all the giveaways are going out this week. Everything is going to be done and out. I'm looking forward to getting all this stuff out and sent off. I think a few went out last week, just a small handful. But everything is going out probably by Wednesday, to be totally honest. It's now that our giveaways are over for the time being, I want them gone. So I got a little bit of money dedicated for the shipping and stuff. And that honestly was really kind of the challenge, just being able to pay for all the shipping for multiple giveaways. So, but anyway, got my YouTube money, so that helps out quite a bit. What is your favorite? Dick Grayson, Robin, Nightwing? I don't have a favorite, to be honest, between them. I wish I could give you a better answer, but I don't. Comic Tom is just a hype man. You know what? He's a pretty damn good hype man. He is a ball of energy. And trust me, he is like that when the camera is not rolling. And it drives me crazy. I'm like, Tom, would you sit your ass down for just a minute? Stop walking around. I'm trying to talk to you. Comic Tom is a leader of us all. We're all leaders, man. We're all leaders. It's not just Tom. We've all got our say in it. All right, so your daughter named the Friday morning show. You need a co-host, whether Bob or someone. Call it the two boobs. Two boobs. Oh, that's pretty good. Yep. There you go. That's a great statement to make. He does. I don't watch all of his stuff. Some of the stuff doesn't interest me. Honestly, the top 10 list doesn't interest me at all. It doesn't matter. But he did a video a while back. I thought it was really good. The one with him and the Golden Age Guru were showing all these military books that the Guru got, and he got them graded and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And just seeing some of those old military books, I know there's a huge market for them. But I enjoy stuff like that more so than obviously if I'm not really in the hot books, there's no reason for me to watch any type of hot books list, including Tom's or whoever's, just not my thing. I'm not going to watch something if I don't have any interest in it. What is the major issue with the industry, right, in your opinion? It's advertising. Their advertising is horrible. It's and honestly, it's an easy fix, and they just don't do it. It's advertise your products to a newer generation, and it makes a difference. Advertise comic books in movie theaters. The trailers before the movie starts. There's your audience right there. Advertise comics, on television or something. Don't let it just be the comics advertising the movies and the TV show, because those are in every single comic book as the advertisement for the current Marvel movie or current whatever. Have it be vice versa. Have the movies and stuff advertise the comics. If you do that, you see a huge difference right away. I'm still going, man. I don't know. Mo Mello, how's it going? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. What's your thoughts on Marvel right now? I think they're just kind of doing what they're doing. I don't think they're really taking too many risks, to be honest. They're just they have I don't want to say treading water, but they got a couple events coming up. They got the King in Black. That'll be big for them. And they're just kind of doing what they're doing. I think they're there's no movies coming out or TV shows. I mean, I don't think they have anything to kind of build to. So, I don't know. Hey, there he is. Bubs Comics. What's going on, my friend? What? Comic Tom is a snake oil salesman who's a good guy. Is just still a salesman. He's a very good salesman, and I don't know if I'd use the term snake oil, but you know what? He definitely has a product that he sells. The mystery mail call, and I think he does a good job at promoting it and selling it. And some people don't like it, and a lot of people do enjoy it, and it'll find its common ground eventually. So. To each their own, my friend. That's a good one. Okay. Kelly, what's going on? Kelly's in here. She's awesome. Went to TIFA in Milwaukee a few days ago. Was kind of disappointed on the back issues and no grab bags anymore. Yeah, okay, they don't have back issues, and they're really low. They don't have any grab bags because the amount of time when there was no books, okay, and because those where those grab bags come from is from the issues that don't sell. For like that month, some periods where there was no books to sell, they ran out of books to make back issues or to make grab bags from. So it's going to be a while before they're able to get that supply of just older books in to make a good quantity supply of those grab bags, or to have sales, or even have sales on their websites of the dollar sales. I think we're just kind of in limbo until they build that stock back up for them to get rid of it. Thank you, Tyler. Smash and Grab Comics, I totally forgot to plug them the other day. They had me on their podcast. They have a YouTube channel and a podcast by the same name. And it was a great time. If you want to go check it out, it's Smash and Grab Comics. It was a couple weeks ago that I did it. Two great gentlemen took the time out of their day to sit down and talk with me and ask a bunch of questions. And they're good guys. So I really enjoyed it. So I recommend going and checking them out either on podcast form, Spotify. I'm pretty sure that's a thing, right? And then you can check it out on YouTube as well. So Smash and Grab Comics. They only got like a handful of subscribers, so go help them out. There you go. Let's see. Well, Bueller has all the secret info on how to get keys. No, I'm not. Not at all, man. That's like the opposite. My kids grew up fast, and now I have Yep, that's my next thing is grandchildren. Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Comics Adventure. I already talked about that a little bit ago. They're actually right down the street from T-Fog, like 2 miles away. And then the big ones in Portland are Excalibur Comics. That's on Hawthorne, and then probably Cosmic Monkey is the next big one. And then right outside of Portland is called I Like Comics, and that's in Vancouver, right across the bridge. That's another great shop. So between those shops right there, you'll probably be able to find whatever you want. Okay, Joe, what's going on? Hope you're doing good. I gotta wrap it up. Kirby. Underneath a lady's house. Go watch the video, Purple Tarantula. You'll want to watch the video. I'll just tell you that. You want to know the story of the spinner rack? It's the best comic book spinner rack story ever told, guaranteed to put a smile on your face. It's on my channel. Go to YouTube, type in spinner rack story or whatnot, or best spinner rack story. It'll pop up. You want to watch it. There you go. You'll enjoy it. Okay. I gotta wrap it up. It's been like 2 hours. All right, everybody. This was fun. Thank you so much. Let me just show this again if you're interested. If you're interested in this, email me. The information is in the description. This is the very first Comics with Bueller exclusive. It's called Knock 'em Dead #1. Comics with Bueller exclusive cover. Comes out in December. There can be only one. This is limited to 100 copies that I purchased. 90 copies are available. I've already sold like 40 of them. So really I'm down to 50 copies. And if you're interested, all the information is in the description. Email me at my email address, comicswithbueller@gmail.com. It's going to be first come, first serve, and we're going to sell out right away. But if you want one of those, let me know through the email. I'll be checking it over the next couple of days. Make sure everyone, like I said, first come, first serve. They'll be gone really fast. If you missed out, I might have another option for you. I'll have to see. But right now I can tell you that they're going to be gone. So some people have asked me if you want me to. Sure. I mean, I don't care. Just let me know if that's something you want. I'm not charging for it if that's what you're asking. Yeah, if you want the autograph, I'm assuming you want me to autograph it because the other people live in South Dakota and Minnesota. So if you want me to autograph it, yeah, just let me know, and it's no big deal. I've been working on my signature. I like this. Jay Hood, how you doing, man? He says, I own a spinner rack, and Bueller's story is definitely more interesting than mine. I appreciate that, man. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Like I said, send me an email, comicswithbueller@gmail.com. All the information is in the description, and we'll just go from there, okay? All right, everyone. Have a great week. And this was a lot of fun doing this. And like I said, maybe this is something I do on Fridays. So anyway, enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think of Crossover later in the week. Looking forward to that book. All right, take care.